Hey guys, Josh here with some bass in your face. Today we are rocking the P bass and we are going to learn how to play a major scale. Ew, how lovely! The major scale is one of the most commonly used scales in Western music, and I'm sure you've heard it before. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That sort of deal. So we're going to do it in C major today, which on a piano would be all the white keys, just plain C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No sharps or flats, meaning no black keys on the piano keyboard. So we're going to learn how to do that, and then we're going to apply it to a groovy song, which I'm sure you know, called Lean On Me by Bill Withers. But first, the scale. So to play along with me this week, go to the video description below, click on the link to download the PDF. That'll take you to my website. You can just click and download it for free, no email address or anything required, and you can follow along with this lesson. So pull that up, and it'll show you the fingerings to use besides you being able to look at my hand and see them here. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll repeat that one more time. And if your dance moves aren't as good as mine for shaking your torso around while you play the scale, don't worry. You will learn over time. Don't be intimidated by my incredible dance moves.
Josh, what are you even talking about?
Okay, so that's the first shape you can use to play the major scale in one octave, and you can move that shape anywhere you want. You could start on the 7th fret of the A string and play that same shape, same fingering, and that would give you an E major scale. You could start it on the 10th fret and that would give you a G major. Whatever note you start on is going to be the root note of your scale, and then playing that shape will give you the interval relationships that makes it a major scale. So that's pretty cool. You can take that scale shape, play it anywhere you want on the neck, and it'll still be a major scale. It'll just be a major scale in the key of whatever note you started on.
Fascinating!
So that's the second finger starting position. Now we're going to start on our first finger, play the exact same scale, exact same notes, just in a different position. So here we go with the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. You now know 2 shapes to play the major scale in one octave, and I highly encourage you to pause the video for a sec and just try moving that shape around, whether it's the second finger position or the first finger position. You can move it around chromatically, you can move it around in fourths. You can move it around however you want, just try it in some different places and make sure you're comfortable moving that shape around. And remember that even though the size of the frets changes as you go up the neck, it's just going to be the same relationships of how many frets apart your fingers are, even though these frets are further apart than these frets. Now you know the major scale, let's put it in a song. So today we're going to work on Lean On Me by Bill Withers. It's just a lovely little tune. What can you say about it, really? Everybody knows it, everybody loves it. And this bass line is a good demonstration of the major scale. It doesn't include every single note of the scale, but this song just has a really majory vibe, so I thought it was a good choice. And you will notice in the notation and as we play it that it's not exactly inside a little 1 octave box because we're dropping down to a low E. But basically what's happening there is we're taking the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of the scale, if you just count through the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 octave. We take the 3rd, 4th, and 5th notes and we just pop those down an octave by going down 2 strings and down 2 frets, then you get those notes of the bass line. So don't be alarmed, it is still in C major, it's just outside of our little 1 octave box. And in fact, like I try to say in all my scale videos, the notes of whatever scale you're in this case C major, go all the way from your low E up to whatever your top note is. In this case, I've got a D. You might have a G or an E on top that fits in the scale. And you can go all over the neck and still be in C major. We're just starting with a 1-octave box to get you comfortable with the sound of the scale, the interval relationships, and then we can start working on playing it in more than 1 octave, moving around the neck, and that kind of stuff. Okay? So let's rock and roll here. 2, 3, 4. So you probably noticed I'm doing a couple little slides there just to spice up the articulation a little. If that's not comfortable for you, don't worry about it. That's a topic for another day. So that's the major scale in 1 octave. That's Lean On Me by Bill Withers. I hope you feel as though you know a thing, because in fact, you do know a thing now.
A whole thing!
The last quick tip I'll throw you before we go today is I think the best way to learn a new scale, besides learning songs where the bass line fits around that scale, is to kick on a drum machine and just mess around with the scale. Start by, actually playing the notes in order like we were before. But once you're tired of that and you still want to get to know the sound of the scale, just start improvising by using only notes of the scale, just whatever rhythm you want and whatever note combinations you want. And it doesn't even have to sound good. The idea is just to get used to the different interval relationships. Try to mix up your rhythm, your note lengths. You can mess with different patterns. So I really encourage you to just mess around like that. Just screw around as much as you can with your bass. I think that's the best way to practice, is just explore the sounds organically on your own. See what you like, see what you don't like. Don't let other people tell you what the right way is to play bass, even me, even though I'm on YouTube. The glory of YouTube. Just, listen to the sounds, listen to the sound of music. Our hills are alive with the sound of music. And let your own ear tell you what you like and what you don't like. And make the scale your own. Don't just have it be a thing that you saw on YouTube that one time and you don't really get it. Just make it yours so that you get it, and then you'll see how it fits into music over time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I want to remind you that on October 12th, which is coming up here, we're going to have a live hangout here on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you hear about that when it happens. It's 11 a.m. Pacific time, October 12th. Really hope to see you there. And if you're thinking like, oh, I shouldn't show up, there's going to be so many people there, I won't have a chance. Probably a lot of people are thinking that. So if you actually come, you might be one of less than 100 people. Even I have more than 7,000 subscribers now, but probably a very small percentage of people will actually show up. So if you're available and you would like to have some bass questions answered, I highly recommend that you come. And if you dig these lessons and you would like to support the future of them, please check out my Patreon page. For as little as $1 per lesson video, you can become a patron. I'll think you're awesome and you will get cool rewards for doing so. So check that out. Really appreciate you guys watching and enjoy the major scale. Peace out. Oh, stupid major scale, so boring.